mind and connect. So you will be presented with the most wonderful women goddesses, showing you what it means to them and how they are leading their businesses and their lives. And before they do so, I would love to share with you a little bit on what these themes mean to me. My name is Rebecca. I am the co-founder of Ebb and Flow Studio, which is a place or a studio to be coming really, really soon, connecting mind and movement, science and spirit. So I believe that even though we think or see, experience these fields as separate things, mind, body, spirit, they are interweaving, connecting in all of what we do. And it is a journey, a process to open up, to dissolve those boundaries between them, and to honor the seeming differences, but also to incorporate all of them into our lives, into our bodies, and our body minds. So the first time that I've experienced this at a deeper level was the very first time I had a lucid dream. So as a child, I suddenly woke up in my dream because I heard music playing. And I then came to realize that it was my alarm clock and I needed to wake up. So from that point on, I started to question, what is mind? What is consciousness? What is this fabric of the world that I'm living in? And it allowed me to open myself up to other possibilities, to search for, you would say, spirituality, for dream states, for other states of consciousness. And this has been and still is a theme throughout the rest of my life that I've been interested in. Of course, I swayed a little bit along the way, along the path, lost the interest sometimes, or not even necessarily the interest, but at least the focus to really dive into these topics. As I think everyone or most on this journey, it does not go in a straight line. However, I refound this some years ago, diving back into my own spiritual practices, because I have been disconnected for so long, moving completely up in my head, up in my mind, with a lot of mental energy. And a lot of stuff happened along the way, the necessary hurdles in a family that wasn't always easy to be in. And I experienced during my teens, just this general feeling of not feeling safe within my environment, within my body. And I said that as a result, I moved entirely, or for the most part at least, up into my head, creating all of these limiting beliefs, stories, putting myself down, being really, really hard on myself in all possible ways. And finally, some years ago, I wanted to say I reconnected. I found my way back to this process of healing, of coming to meet myself again, where I was at, acknowledging that I was not in a good place, that I was not taking good care of myself. And that in order to move out of my head, out of just that mental space, that not daring to be in my body, in my present environment, I really had to ask for help, reaching out to my people around me, family, friends, therapists, to gently guide myself back into feeling okay with myself, with my body, with my being. And I believe this is something that so many of us go through, especially in this day and age. We come from the past decades, a very rational age, very mental. Everything has to be logical. We have to make sense out of it. And I believe a lot of people, or let's just speak for me, kind of sometimes lose the way to be in their body, be connected to their surroundings, earth, nature, to other people, with a lot of results that are not necessarily good for our mind, health, and spirit. And I believe that although we sometimes see or talk about the mind as this big enemy that we should just get out of our heads, and are fighting against it, it could be an ally as well. So there are so many different ways that we are able to move out of just our mental space into our body minds. As said, I think mind, matter, body, spirit are interwoven in so many different ways. The body is where we experience spirit, where we experience our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings as well, and they all interlink. So in this process, in my own journey, I found myself studying psychology, moving to university, in the end studying neuroscience as well, and getting a deeper understanding of what it means to really see those systems, those processes, thoughts, hormones, neurotransmitters, feelings, what it means for them to really be interconnected. And also especially experiencing it myself, finding my way back into my body through therapy, through yoga, through dancing, and reconnecting the dots, finding my way back to spirit on such a deeper level as well, by, instead of finding my mind, finding myself, finding myself again in my body. And through, for example, a few tools that are simple, ancient, but so accurate and useful, sitting with it, whatever you are experiencing, whatever you are telling yourself, taking a moment to stop, to pause, to drop into your body, to move into meditation. Especially these automatic thoughts that we have, which are many, at least if I'm speaking for myself. Taking a moment just to notice the three core words: is it true, is it kind, is it necessary? And acknowledging or experiencing how we are not our thoughts. You don't have to identify with them. They may come from these set neural networks that are just repeated through years and years and years, things that you've been telling yourself or that people, parents, peers, whoever has been telling you. But it's not the truth, and it's not set in stone at all. And we are able, more than able, to rewrite these stories by various practices. And that is something that I'm still diving into, that thank goodness modern research is diving into more as well, bridging or bringing back in these ancient wisdoms, ancient practices from Buddhism, from indigenous tribes, from all over the world, and finally also doing the research that allows us, with our search, our hunger for clarity, for logics, for understanding the reasons why into this physical world. So science is really bringing that back in and allowing us to experience, to see, to understand how meditation, for example, how yoga, how social connections, being with people, allows us to move out of our heads and back into this world, into the physical, spirit world, however you want to call it, to really come back to our senses, to our experience. And there's so much more to tell about this, but I would love for you to just experience for yourself what a lot of other women have to say about this topic. I am curious as hell myself as well, what they have to say about it. So I would just love to wish you a wonderful time looking at those videos. Enjoy and share your thoughts.